how to approach this exam. I mean, that how many hours do I study? When do I schedule exam? Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing extremely well. So I am making this sit down video for you all to tell you my approach towards all of my CPA exams. So right now I've cleared regulation and FAR, and I will be appearing ISC this month. So I think this is the right time to share my strategy with you all, because I just felt that this is this is my strategy for all of my exams, and this is all the cycles that I follow throughout my CPA that I've been following throughout my CPA journey, and touchwood, it has been giving me positive results till now. So what is the right strategy that will work for them or not? So I think this video will definitely help you out. I will create specific videos on my strategy for FAR and regulation specifically, but this is like a entire overview of what my approach is towards CPA exam in general, right? So let me just give you a little background. So I am a full-time working professional. So I have a full-time job, and with that I'm managing my CPA examinations. Now I will tell you the truth that I don't hurry with my examinations. Like, it's not like within 2 months or within 3 months I have to clear this. No, I take my time, because managing a full-time job and CPA, it takes a toll. And considering I'm a social person also, so sometimes my weekends are also occupied. So that's why I take around 5 months to clear an exam. So my approach is simple. First is, like, I personally read the entire material. It has worked for me in FAR, it has worked for me in regulation. Now when I started with ISC, I initially started watching lectures again, because I felt that maybe this is some area that I'm not used to, or that I don't have any background related to IT. But actually, because I want to do things faster, so I feel that reading is it saves time for me. So what I do is I read the entire thing, and I make notes, small notes in the book itself. So I'll just show you also that how it is. So for example, I am just reading, let's say I'll just take up any random page only. So I'm reading about access control. So I make small short notes over there itself, that what it is about. Now the first reading is something in which you just explore the entire topic, and you see what is in there, and you take like one basic understanding of the topic. So that is my first focus of the first reading, right? Then when the entire process is completed for the entire syllabus, then I move to second reading. Now for ISC and for FAR or BEAT regulation, I made this thing that if I want to do MCQs for a certain topic, I do the MCQs, and if not, I don't do it with the first reading. So first reading is supposed to be focused on little note making, and understanding of what is in there, what is the content that's there in that book. So this is about first reading. Now it's time for second reading. So in second reading, my focus is that, okay, now I have to understand on what kinds of questions can be asked, what is in there in this topic, what is the conceptual understanding that I require for this specific topic. So second reading is particularly about that. And this makes it easier, because now you know what is there in this topic, and now you know what is there in the entire course for that specific subject. So it makes it easier. You are able to relate things in between, like if there's any reference point from some other topic over there. So I feel that for me, the second reading, it makes the entire syllabus clear for me. And during this, what I do is I attempt MCQs for sure. So this is my second understanding. MCQs and also simulations. So during this part, I do this entire thing. Important point that I follow during my second reading is that whenever I'm doing MCQs or simulations, so there will be certain mistakes that I made. For example, I scored let's say 80%, so, or maybe I scored 50%. So the remaining 20% or the remaining 50% that in which I've made mistakes, I make sure that I write each and every point about what made me make that mistake. So I write all of those points. For example, this is the outline sheet that Beckers provides. So when I attempted module 1 on threats and attacks, so these are the 4 mistakes that I made. So I've written each and every point in detail, that how to approach this as a question, and what was the mistake in there. Similarly, I've done this exercise for all the modules that we have. I've done this exercise for all the modules and the last one also, right? So this is something that you have to do no matter what, because your journey from 80 to 100 or 50 to 100 depends on how well you're working on your mistakes. And this is something that I'm extremely particular about, and I've done it for PAR, I've done it for regulation, and I'm doing it for ISC as well now. So this is the entire process. So once you're done with this, your confidence levels, they boost up to another level, because now you understand the entire syllabus in and out, and you are aware about everything that's there in the syllabus. And since your entire portal is now done, so that gives you another level of confidence as well. So this is another thing. Now let's come to the third reading. Now this is a very interesting part. Since you've done the entire syllabus, you kind of remember the questions also, and everything. So in this cycle, now you're very close to the examination. So when you are done with the first reading, so when do I schedule exam? When I'm done with the first reading, I take 1 month period, and then I schedule my exam, right? So like my exam will be in 1 month when I'm done with the first reading, and I'm going through my second reading currently for ISC. For example, my exam is on 30th of January, so I'm going through my second reading right now. Now I have around 15 days left before my exam, and I have to complete my third reading now. So for third reading, it depends on the level of number of sections that are there. For example, in ISC, I have 4 sections. In regulation, I had 6. And in FAR also, I had 6. I don't remember exactly. But in FAR also, I had 6. So I'll focus on ISC for now to take it as an example. So for example, I have 4 sections: S1, S2, S3 and S4. Now the reason I'm looking here, because I have my entire plan over here, so that is my reference point for you all. So yeah, so S1, S2, S3 and S4. So I see that, okay, how many modules are there. For example, in S2 we have 7 modules, but in other sections we have 4 or 5 modules. So I take like 2 days for each section. So 2 days for S1, 2 days for 3 days for S2 because it's longer, 2 days for S3, 2 days for S4. And this will be my 2226 and 2226 and 3 9. So I have 9 days of plan that I will be allocating to this. Now once I'm done with S1 and S2 completely, I attempt the mini mock. Then I do S3 and S4, then I attempt the mini mock again, the second mini mock. So I follow this pattern. Now I'm done with the entire syllabus thrice till now. Now once I'm done with this entire syllabus, I do a entire reading of 100% of syllabus, and I give my mock exam 1. Then I do another reading of all the syllabus before that, by the way, after I give my mock exam, the main mock exam that we have on all of our portals, be it Beckers, Miles, Valeries, whatever. So I make sure that I work on my mistakes and how well I manage time. So I see all of that things, and I make sure that I write everything in my notes or whatever notebook or anything. And then when I'm going to attempt the second mock, I make sure that I am implementing all of those learnings in there. So I work on mistakes, then I do another reading of the syllabus and I give my last mock. So after this entire thing is done, so by this time you have done 5 readings of this entire syllabus. So first was the first reading, second was conceptual understanding and MCQs and simulations, third was a deep understanding, memory, and you memorize everything with and with that you give the mini mocks. Then you have uh, a fourth reading for your first mock, first 4 hour mock. Then you have a fifth reading for your second 4 hour mock, right? So this is the entire process that I follow for all of my exams. And touch wood, things the results have come. And after this, I am done with a lot of tasks. So like I'm done with a lot of reading, so I know the syllabus quite well. I'm confident. My portal looks entirely green because I've been attempting questions repetitively. I've been giving practice tests for all. I make sure that there's a option to attempt the wrong answers that you have given. So I make sure that I attempt all of that. So after this entire 5 cycles, my only aim is to read through the entire material, work on my mistakes, like see all of my learnings, and see all of my learnings of my second mock also. And yeah, read through all the AICP updates or additional questions that have come in, and that's it. And hopefully after all of this you are ready for the exam. Now this is something that you have to keep in mind, that a lot of people ask me that how many hours do I study. See, it depends. For me it's a very variable thing, because there's like so many parts of my life that I have to manage with studies. So first is my job, which takes like most of my day. Then there are certain social engagements that we have to attend and we cannot avoid, because we are at a stage where you have to be there for some special occasions. So I usually aim for, in general I aim for like 2 hours a day. And on weekends also I go for like 3-4 hours in general when I'm doing the first reading. Then like once I'm into my second reading phase, that's when I increase the productive hours drastically, and it goes for to like 4 hours on weekdays and around 7 to 8 hours on weekends, because this is the time when you are like literally in that flow state and you're like understanding the entire thing. And when I'm into my third cycle, that's when these hours remain same. They might increase, but these stay constant. And your understanding and confidence is just rising with time. Yes, there are times when things backfire. For example, in regulation it did happen with me, where I was losing confidence in my third cycle. I will cover that deeply in my regulation video. But yes, this is my entire strategy of how I approach my subjects for CPA examination. So if you have any questions, please do comment down. I will be more than happy to cover them. I might do a Q&A video, because I know there will be a lot of questions coming in. Like if there will be a lot of questions that comes in for CPA exam, so I will definitely make a Q&A video addressing all of your questions. And yeah, I hope this video helps a lot of you, and all the best for your exams. Bye.